What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Mclaine Monday. Today's video is a little bit different than what I have been posting recently, but that is because we are a week away from Halloween. Duh. We've got to do a Halloween look. So what I'm going to do today is show you guys how I get a skull on my face. We're gonna look like a little skeleton. I'm doing a skull for my dad for a Halloween party that we're doing this weekend, and I always like to practice and make sure that I still got it. So let's make a skull. I'm just clipping my hair back to get everything out of my face. We are going to be using some paints today, so I'll show you guys all of the products that I'm going to use, obviously. So the paint palette that I'm going to use today is this retro rainbow palette from Chaotic Cosmetics. It just has, like, you know, your normal basic primary colors. Then to mix it up and actually make it into a paint, I have this pigment mixing drops, and I don't remember this brand, and it doesn't have like the name of the brand on it. It just has an H. I cannot remember where I got it from, but just pigment mixing drops is good, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to drop it into whatever color that we need and mix it up. Then I'm also going to use the James Charles Morphe palette just because it has a ton of the same colors. So we have the white and the black over here, and I also use a little bit of like brown. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to take like a deep brown tone eyeshadow and sort of just outline my face of where I would want the paint to go. So you have kind of like a baseline, you're not just going straight in with paint. So before I actually get into doing that, I'm going to use some primer, and then I'm also gonna do a little bit of foundation on my face just so that way I have a smooth, even tone and we're not going just like barefaced. Primer that I'm using right now is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, and then I'm going to use my Dior Backstage foundation. I like this one because it is super light, so I don't feel like there's a lot going on my face, because you're gonna have a lot going on in your face already with all of the skull paint and everything, so you really just want something light just to give myself an even tone. Now you can like beat your face and have like full face of makeup on before if you want like a specific glam look. A lot of people will do their eyes, like they'll make sure that their eyes are done. I'm pretty much just gonna cover my eyes with black and put mascara on. Okay, much better. You kind of just have like the start of a smooth, even tone. So now I'm going to just take a tiny little detail brush, and I'm gonna go in with the brown, start kind of carving out what I want that to look like. I cannot decide right now if I want to go under my eyebrow or above it. Now that I'm like about to do it, I'm like, wait, what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna go above my eyebrow just because that kind of makes it look a little bit more freaky when you don't have a brow. So good thing about this part is that you can be messy because it's a skull. I mean, you're literally, it doesn't have to be perfect anyway. I don't do a perfect circle. I do kind of keep that corner like tipped up because it kind of makes it look a little bit more like, oh, above the eyebrows too, makes it look like your eyes and like your eye sockets are way bigger than they actually are. Is this shade actually purple and I just thought it was like a really deep brown? Probably. See how it's not a perfect circle, it's not a square, you have like some squiggly. For the nose, I think I'm gonna do a lot of black on the nose this time because I did just barely any last time and I felt like it could have been more covered. So I'm just sort of outlining what I want the nose to look like, which I think I'm gonna do just a really thin line of my natural nose and then all of it black. Yeah, something like that. All right, now I'm just gonna sort of make a line along my cheekbone. A little tiny one because we're getting into like the jaws and the teeth and all of that. You want to kind of go up and curve down like right underneath your eye. So I'm like talking so slow because I'm so focused. So just going up and kind of curving down when you get to like the middle of your eye. And then you're gonna go under that initial line and you're sort of making where the teeth are gonna go, curving it like so. I wanna try to like make sure that the sides are semi-matching. And now you can just sort of take it and go up into the hairline. And to get a little bit more of a sunken in effect, you want to go up here and draw like a little messy looking circle. We'll fill all of this stuff in a little bit. I'm just outlining right now, but that kind of gives that like sunken in look. I'm also going to take a little bit and follow all the way around, and that's also going to give more of a sunken in when we fill that in. So you're just kind of going underneath the one that you've already done down your jawline. Just gonna give, again, that like sunken in look. You can also connect these lines as well. Yeah, like that. Good thing about outlining first is that you can change things way easier than if you're going straight in with paint. I am going to lighten my lips a little bit with my foundation. You want it to look like you don't have any life in your face. Okay, so before we do like the teeth and everything, let's go ahead and get the face sunken, painted in, and all of that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take black liner and go through all of my outlines and just sort of literally outline it. And if it's not perfect, I mean, it's literally okay. I'll take my liner and sort of make it look kind of messy. Like so. You don't want the lines to be straight and perfect. Same thing on the nose. And then we're gonna use like the black paint to fill everything in. I just like to use liner because it's a lot easier to just have it to line everything up. Boom, so now you have everything sort of outlined and it looks deep in that black tone. For the black paint, I just take like a small little fluffy brush. We are going to take the Retro Rainbow palette and I'm going to take my mixing drops and put it in the black. So now what I'm gonna do is just sort of fill everything out. I especially wanna cover my brows. And as of right now, I'm just going to sort of stay on the outer edges. Okay, so I just filled in the black. I have not done the inner part of my eye, and I also kind of left a little bit on my eyelid, just regular like gray, because I kind of like that gradient look. I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm gonna add a little bit of eyeshadow, but now what you wanna take is still the black, and now you wanna just fill in these holes throughout here. And I'm going to connect these. So you're just sort of messily sinking in these areas. Fill in a little bit of my ear. I sort of gradient it throughout my ear to make it look a little bit more natural. So it's not just like a cut off from my face to an ear. Now what I like to do is also bring it all the way down. Okay, so now let's get into the teeth. You're gonna take that same outlining brush, and I just take black, and you're gonna wanna go from the corner of your mouth up through this little like teeth section. Like that, easy peasy. And then I also take a little bit of black and put it like kind of on the inside of my mouth. This I feel like kind of connects these two lines together. Same black eyeshadow, same brush, everything. You're just gonna sort of start making little slits for the teeth. I usually start at the top. And just work my way down. You wanna be semi-light-handed with this because you don't want it too terribly dark. And then as you keep going, you want them to get like a little smaller and smaller. So I have all the teeth done. Now I want to sort of deepen all of this area. So I'm just gonna take a like fluffy brush with the black eyeshadow. You wanna be really light-handed and just sort of shade all of this, because I don't want this to be super duper black. So I'm just gonna sort of build on it. I just think this adds to that more like sunken effect, and it's not just leaving it like harsh black line and then skin. And then last thing that I need to do is fill in my nose and add the eyeshadow and tight line. So I'm just filling this in just straight black with the black paint. Kind of like the messy nose look. Now what I want to do is tight line so that we get rid of all of this skin color on my eyes. Now you can use a black just pencil liner for this if you'd like, but me, I'm just going to use the black eyeshadow and that same detail brush that I've been using this whole time. And I'm just going to go right under my eye to make sure we get as close to that as possible, and then I'll go into the waterline. So now what I'm going to do is just sort of lightly pull down. You want to be really careful doing this. And I'm just adding that black shadow onto the waterline. And you see the difference that this makes? So much of a difference. Boom. I cannot believe I almost forgot to, 1, do this, and 2, tell you guys to do this. Take your liner for the teeth, and you're gonna detail that outline of the mouth. You don't wanna just leave that as eyeshadow. See, so now that looks a lot more detailed and not so just eyeshadow. For the eyes, I am just dusting black shadow over it to really make sure that you don't get any of that skin-like look on your eyes. But I am gonna take my finger and do the white eyeshadow and sort of tap over just the front half of the lid. This is gonna detail this eye a little bit more and just make it look a little bit cooler and not so just black. You can obviously leave it if you would prefer not to do this step. I just sort of like the gradient type look on the lid. I just think that it adds a little bit more dimension and it's not just a black lid. So I just sort of push the white eyeshadow kind of all over the place. But I just think that adds a little bit of dimension and detail and it makes it look pretty freaking cool. There is not enough black on this under eye though. So now we're gonna add black mascara, obviously. And of course you can add lashes too. Now me personally, this is a step that you can skip. I add a smidge of shimmer to the eyelid. Just a teeny bit. Now I'm gonna add lashes. Boom. I literally still got it. This is a super easy way to get a skull. There are so many details about this that you can change for yourself personally. If you want to be a skeleton for Halloween, here you go. I'm obsessed. I don't know if I would like it as much had I gone underneath my brows, so I'm really glad that I went above my brows. It just makes the eyes look really black and really big and really there. So I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Cutting the jawline and sort of bringing that paint down really kind of adds that depth, and it's not so just like face regular body, so you kind of have this like effect. Same thing kind of with the ears. So I really am obsessed with it and I flippin' love it. I love the detailing on the eyelid. I just think that kind of adds a little bit of dimension when you're not, you know, just looking at a straight black lid. So I really like it. The messy nose, I like the way that I did the nose today. I don't always do the nose like this, so it's kind of like messy and just looks really cool. So yeah, I'm obsessed. Well, happy spooky season and happy Halloween. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I haven't done a tutorial on here literally forever. Thank you so much for being on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys use it, tag me. I would love to see it. Let me know in the comments below what more you would like to see from me, other ideas. I've got a couple of things up my sleeve, but thank you so much for watching and happy Halloween. See you next time. Love you. Bye.